Hi, and welcome to this vlog. I'm in my daughter's room because I'm about to put her to bed. I wanted to come on and say that I'm starting the Stolen Heir tonight, and I am super excited. I cannot wait to jump into it. I've read the prologue so far, and I'm really intrigued. So I'm going to update you. So I was just thinking, while I was editing this video while I am waiting for my son at his appointment. And I didn't ever give a synopsis of
The Cruel Prince.
So I'm going, not the Cruel Prince, of the Stolen Heir. So I'm going to give you a basic synopsis right now. So we open the book with Ren, or Surin is her full name, and she is living as with a family in the mortal world, and as far as she knows, she's human, and she was adopted by them, and then her real parents, her fairy parents, come and they take her from her adopted parents in the mortal land, and they take off her glamour and reveal who she truly is. And then she grows up in the Court of Teeth from there, and she is really treated poorly by them. So when she's older, she runs away, and I'm pretty sure she's like hiding out in the mortal world. And then she is kind of hunted down by the storm hag. Her name is Bogdana. And while she's running away from her, she runs into Prince Oak. And Oak tells her that Elfhame requires her assistance with something. So then she starts going on a quest with Oak to go to the Court of Teeth with Lady Nor, which is her mom, because she has Maddox, the Oak's dad. So they're trying to get Maddox. So they are going to try to trade something with Lady Nor for Maddox. So that's the basic plot. It's basically that's just their journey on their way to get Maddox, and there's a few stops along the way. So that's the basic plot of it. Ren and Oak, you get a couple flashbacks of like them being children, because Lady Nor and Lord Gerald went to Elfhame when the servant thing was happening in the in the Queen of Nothing. And Ren was there and saw Oak, and then there's like another couple times that they see each other throughout their lives. So yeah, you do get to see that too, and build a little bit of a backstory between the two characters. So I just thought I would throw this in the beginning, so because I didn't do it. Good afternoon. So last night I was reading The Stolen Heir, and I got to page 100, and I had to work this morning, and I got out early because it's snowing pretty heavily, so we were closing early, but I'm gonna read some more right now. This is reading pretty quickly for me, but I will say I was a little confused in the beginning about, I just felt like we should have known, or I should have known more than I did going into it about Surin and her real parents in that situation. And it is touched on, I guess, in Queen of Nothing, but I didn't remember it, and I just read that book like a week ago. I don't even know, but I literally didn't remember it. I had to ask my friend Autumn, who's also reading this book right now, and she kind of helped me out. But yeah, I was confused. I did remember that Oak was supposed to like have an arranged marriage or whatever, but that's all I remembered. I didn't remember who it was from or who it was with or anything, so that was a little confusing. And so far we're just, not a lot has happened. We're 100 pages in. It's only like 350 pages, so right now I don't really have any feelings on it, but I'm gonna keep reading and I will update you. It's dark in here, but you can still hear me and hopefully see a little bit. But I am 200 pages into the Stolen Heir now, and the plot started to pick up a lot more around page like 150, which thank God, because I was feeling pretty bored and just like confused, but things are starting to make a lot more sense now. Plot's moving along. I'm still not 100% loving it. Part of that reason is because they're kind of like going on a quest and of sorts and like traveling, and I don't tend to love books that have that, like a long traveling aspect. Oak's character, we don't see him that much, which is another thing that I feel like I'm a little bit disappointed in, because I guess my expectations were just off, because I wanted the story to like really be about Oak, and it is about Oak, but I wanted him, like I thought he would be the main character, and I thought that it would be from his POV. It's not, it's from Ren's. And I thought we would see more of like the other characters that we've loved in the last series, like Jude and Carden and stuff, but we just hear about them so far. We don't see them, so yeah. I'm gonna keep reading though. It's definitely picking up. I don't want to talk anything like plot really, because I don't want to spoil the Cruel Prince for anybody. Oh, I was gonna talk about Oak's character. So Oak reminds me of Carden kind of, but he's also a lot different. But he reminds me of him in the like aspect that he's just like kind of cocky and sure of himself. So yeah, I definitely get some Carden vibes, but he's also a lot different than I expected him to be, because seeing him as a child, he was just kind of like, he didn't really have a personality. Just be like a rambunctious child, and like that one time he glamored Jude to like smack herself in the head and stuff. Like that's all we really got for him as a character when he was younger, so I didn't really know what to expect, I guess, from his character. Ren is kind of like, I don't know how to describe her, flighty, I want to say. Like, she's just, the way she's grown up in the Court of Teeth or whatever, everything. There's a quote in here I really loved. I'm going to find it because it was perfect. In the Court of Teeth, everything terrible that happened to me was supposed to be for my own benefit. They probably could have found a way to slit my throat and call it a gift. So it kind of explains perfectly like what her growing up was like in the Court of Teeth, because she started out being like a changeling, having a family, and then she gets taken away from her family that she loved a lot and brought to the fairy world, because she was Lady Nora's and Lord Gerald's daughter. And like I said, that quote describes like what her growing up was like, and so she like ran away or whatever. But so she's definitely timid and doesn't trust people, and she also like doesn't have very good socialization, I feel like. I'm really gonna try to finish tonight. I have like 150 pages left, so I'm gonna keep reading. Okay, so I'm 280 pages in, and I'm starting to get really tired, so I think I'm gonna go to bed. And tomorrow my son has an appointment that is going to be like all day long. It's from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. He has to get like some testing done, So I'm going to be in the waiting room that whole time. So I'm going to be able to get a lot of reading done. I will finish the tiny little bit that I have left of this. And then I'm going to bring a couple other books with me too that I plan on starting. But that's all for me. I'm having a hard time putting my finger on why I'm not loving this book very much. And I think I'm just not, like, I'm having a hard time caring about these characters and what happens to them. Like, I just am finding myself not caring, which is the exact opposite of how I felt in The Cruel Prince and that whole series. I was so hooked. I was obsessed. I cared about what happened to the characters. And this one just feels so different. And I don't know. I'm just not loving it, and I'm sad about it. But yeah, I'm going to finish it tomorrow, and I will check in with you and give you some final thoughts. Okay. Hi. I am coming on to update you on my final update for the Stolen Heir. I finished it last night, and I'm going to give it 3 stars. I think that there were some parts of it that I really enjoyed and other parts of it that really didn't work for me. And hold on, let me shut the heat off so you can hear me better. For example, something that really didn't work for me was the plot. I feel like, first of all, the pacing of the plot and the plot in general. Like I said earlier, I really don't like plots that are like a journey or a quest, and that's what this plot was. And for me, for most situations where we have that, it gets boring and it gets repetitive, which is what I feel like happened in the Stolen Heir. I was bored for a lot of it, and it was really repetitive. And when it came to Ren and Oak, I just didn't feel like they really had that strong of a connection. Like with Jude and Carden, I felt like a connection between them. Like, they're enemies for sure, but I just felt like they were meant to be together. And with Oak and Ren, I don't feel like that. The ending, I felt like, actually was really good, and it shocked me, and there's like some good twists and stuff, and I feel like that's something that Holly Black does really well, is she leaves off on a really good cliffhanger. So yeah, and I love Holly Black's writing. I think that she is like really whimsical, and she can write a really good description in a really short like paragraph, which I really like, because in some fantasy books, like, in order to make the world feel lush and built, there is like really lengthy descriptions, and Holly Black doesn't do that. So I'm thankful for that. Her writing really feels like a fairy tale, so I enjoy her writing. And I enjoyed Ren and Oak individually as characters, but I just don't think that they are going to be that well off together if they end up together. I don't want to give any spoilers, but I feel like you never really know with Holly Black what's going to happen. So yeah, I mean, it's just kind of feels like a meh kind of read. And with the other books, like all of the other books in the Elfame world, they're about the same length as this one, and they just felt so fast paced, and this one felt so slow for me. So yeah, I don't know. I'm a little sad about it, but I think that the next book will be really, really good. And the reason why I think that is because this book really felt like just a big setup for the next book to happen. So I feel like we could have cut off like 100 pages and just had it be a prequel. But yeah, I'm still going to be really excited for the next one, like I said, because of the fact that it ended off on a cliffhanger. But I think that's all for my vlog today. I am feeling pretty self-conscious about this vlog. I just feel like it wasn't the best. I didn't do like anything, and the lighting's bad in a lot of it, but I think I'm gonna post it anyways, because I don't know, I just don't want to be hard on myself, and I'm gonna post it anyways, I think. So that's all. I was talking to my friend that's reading it with me, Autumn. She is liking it a lot, and I'm jealous of her because I want to like it a lot. But she's liking it even more than the Cruel Prince, she said, so far. So I'm jealous of that. I wish that I liked it that much too. I always want to love the books I'm reading, obviously. But I think that's all for me. I will talk to you guys next time, and hopefully you liked this, and I'll talk to you soon.